Sunday Meditation, October 4th, 1981. LL Research channeling Hatonn and Nona. Jim, channeling. I am Hatonn, and I greet you, my friends, in the love and in the light of the infinite Creator. We are especially pleased to be able to speak to this group this evening. We pause for a moment while an adjustment is made. I am Hatonn. We are again with this instrument. As we were saying, we are always honored to be asked to join your meditations and are privileged to speak our words, humble though they be, to those whose ears and hearts are opened to the message of love. My friends, this evening we would say a few words about the perception of love by entities upon your planet. We would begin by saying that there is no shortage of that commodity, shall we say, of love. Many times, each of this group, we are certain, has wondered if such a thing as love might actually exist upon this planet, for much seems to be of an inharmonious nature. There seems to be much in the way of contention and strife between peoples, between groups, and between nations. And this contention and its manifestation is apparent to all. Many there are among your peoples who seek in one way or another to speak of love, and seem stifled to seek for love, and seem to come away empty. Many there are among your people who seem to experience nothing of the fruits of love. Many there are among your people whose knowledge of love seems to begin and end with the self. My friends, we do not deny that this illusion of contention and strife is quite heavy upon your planet. We see, as we look from our vantage point of the density of love, and we see each of your peoples engaged in activities which may be seen from various levels. These activities appear to most on your planet to be struggles for survival and gain for self. But, my friends, we must emphasize that this is an illusion in which you dwell. It is an illusion which has a very important purpose. Each activity, each situation, indeed each thought an entity encounters, serves as catalyst, an ingredient which of itself has no polarity, has no charge, shall we say, but when interacted with by an individual, has the capability of allowing that individual to perceive in a variety of manners. Each individual has certain lessons to learn. These lessons will be expressed and pointed out by the reaction which the individual makes as a result of catalyst. Each entity has available to it the full range and power of love as a response to each situation. You might see each situation with a range of possible responses. At one end, we have the concern of the individual for self. At the other end, we have love. An individual will place itself at the proper position within this range of responses. There may be strife, there may be confusion, there may be frustration, there may be momentary acceptance and lapses into anger and then acceptance. There may be indifference. There may be a loving acceptance of the situation and all entities within it. Always is this acceptance and love a possibility. And you may yourself look at each situation which you find yourself in, and you may observe, in retrospect, your response to each situation. And you may observe as you consciously seek for love, understanding, compassion, and forgiveness, that you indeed are slowly but surely, ever so surely, proceeding along the path of love. For it has been truly said that those who seek shall find, that those who knock upon the door of love shall find that door opened unto them, and shall find the bounty of love pouring forth from their very being. For that door upon which you knock is within your heart of hearts, may we say. And as you seek for love and understanding, each seeking is as a knock upon this door. Each time that you find one more ounce, shall we say, of love added to the scales of your own response, you shall find the balance tipping towards love. It is not often in your illusion that one finds love at every turn. It is most often the case that entities discover another part of the range of responses available. But may we say that love does make itself available at every turn in your activities. For it is within your own being, and therefore your own grasp. I am Hatonn. We allowed this instrument to pause for a moment. We shall continue. We are aware that there are a number of entities present this evening who wish to exercise their beginning abilities to serve as channels. We pass among this group of entities, exercising each in turn and making our vibrations available for the familiarizing and vocalizing, if this is acceptable to each entity. We would remind each new channel that the relaxing of the mind and the refraining from analysis is the most important in this endeavor. We would, at this time, begin with the one known as R and attempt to speak a few words through this new instrument. I will now transfer this contact to the one known as R. I am Hatonn. Still Jim channeling. I am Hatonn. I am with this instrument once again. We feel that we have a good contact with the one known as R. If he would simply speak our words which are present in his mind, we would then continue the message that he does perceive. We shall attempt this contact again. We now transfer once again to the one known as R. I am Hatonn. Still Jim channeling. I am Hatonn. We thank the one known as R for his attempts in transmitting our message. We shall be with him in the future for renewed attempts. We now move to the one known as S, and if she would relax, we shall now transfer this contact to this instrument. I am Hatonn. Still Jim channeling. I am Hatonn, and am with this instrument once again. We feel we have quite a strong contact with the one known as S, and would suggest the relaxing once again by the expelling of 1 or 2 deep breaths for this new instrument. We will attempt once again to make our thoughts available to the one known as S. I am Hatonn. S channeling. I am Hatonn. I am. Jim, channeling. I am Hatonn. We thank the one known as S for her efforts in speaking our words. We assure this entity that the words which it was perceiving in its mind were indeed our thoughts, and the simple speaking of the words would continue their flow through this new instrument's mind. We thank this entity for its great desire, and we shall now pass to the one known as D1. If she would relax and refrain from analysis, we would attempt to speak a few words through this new instrument. I am Hatonn. Jim, channeling. I am Hatonn. We are quite pleased with our contact with this new instrument, and shall attempt at a future time to renew and improve this contact. We are aware of the difficulty of vocalizing our thoughts in a large group. We move now to the one known as D2 and shall attempt to transmit our thoughts through this new instrument. If he would relax and refrain from analysis, we shall now transfer this contact. I am Hatonn. Still Jim, channeling. I am Hatonn. We are aware that there is some degree of analysis that is interfering with this contact with this new instrument. We would assure this instrument that our thoughts are being correctly perceived and need only be spoken. We shall attempt this contact once again. We now transfer to the one known as D2. I am Hatonn. D2, channeling. I am Hatonn, and I greet you through this new instrument. We are pleased with the progress of the instrument. I am Hatonn. Jim, channeling. I am Hatonn, and am once again with this instrument. May we thank the one known as D2 for his efforts in transmitting our thoughts. We are most pleased with this new instrument's progress this evening, and look forward to making our contact available to each of the new instruments at what you would call future meditations. We are always most gratified by those of your peoples who seek to serve in this manner, for thusly do we find more and more entities willing and able to share our message of love and light, and by this service to the one Creator are all lifted into that love and light. We also wish to express our gratitude to each of those in this group who have given the service of patience while we work with the new instruments. We cannot thank each here enough for this service. We would now open this meditation to the questions if any present would have the queries that are seeking an answer, which we may humbly provide. Are there any questions at this time? D. First of all, I'd like to thank you for your patience with us who try to channel. And my first question is the obvious one, it being my first channeling experience. Was the contact I was receiving, or were the words I was vocalizing, a genuine contact, or was I making those up as I went along? Hatonn. I am Hatonn. My brother, may we say your vocalization of our words was completely correct. It may seem to new instruments that the thoughts which are perceived within the mind are the thoughts of the instrument itself. We are aware of this phenomenon and assure each new instrument that though it may seem the manufacture of words comes from the instrument, there is indeed a transmission taking place, and it is of a fine or ephemeral, shall we say, nature. This transmission shall become more easily accomplished as the instrument is exercised time and again, and shall become much easier to, shall we say, perceive as a transmission of our thoughts in your future. May we answer you further, my brother? D. No, that subject, inaudible. Thank you very much. I have one other question, and I'll stop taking up your time. Our scientists have discovered a great void in the universe, as is visible from this planet. A void, an area of the universe totally void of any apparent galaxies, of stars, of anything at all. It's highly unusual, at least for the way that we visualize the universe. Could you comment on this? Hatonn. I am Hatonn. My brother, there are many, shall we say, unusual situations throughout the one infinite creation of the Father. Unusual to many upon your plane, but not so unusual to those who have expanded, shall we say, their field of vision from microscope and telescope to the vision within. The area of which you speak of as a void may also be looked at with other eyes. Each area or part of the creation is as a being, and may be looked upon as a living being of one kind or another. Such voids, as they have been described by your scientists, may be seen to be quite advanced beings existing in the octave density, shall we say, and existing in a manner which we ourselves do not completely understand or even approach in understanding. That all such areas are beings is without a doubt, in our own way of thinking. Just what the nature of the existence of such beings is, we may say, we share your ignorance. May we answer you further, my brother? D. No, thank you. Hatonn. We thank you, as always. Is there another question at this time? M. Yes, I have a question. Perhaps, Hatonn, you can teach me something. In the raw works, we look at service to self versus the service of others, and how an entity grows on each path. I see some conflicts for the service to others type forming in a competitive leadership role. I see a very strong service to self influence in that type of situation. Is there anything you can teach me that would help me avoid the service of self influence and a leadership role? Hatonn. I am Hatonn. We are aware of your question, my brother, and would attempt to be of service by saying that the range of opportunities available to such an entity in what you might call a leadership role is quite wide, and does include that which may be called the service to self possibility, but does also include, as we mentioned in our opening message, the possibility of service to others and the full reflection of the experience of love. It is, my brother, quite the decision of the entity in this position. May we correct this instrument? Position to decide what the purpose and the means of putting the purpose into motion shall be for leadership. For leadership of itself does not necessarily imply contention with others, against others, or in any way imply a disharmonious being within the entity expressing and exercising the leadership. Each position Each role that an entity finds itself in upon your planet has this full range of possibilities available in its exercise. We would simply suggest that to focus upon the role alone is to focus upon the mechanics of the experience and not the heart of the experience. The heart of the experience lies within the entity, within the experience. It is up to each entity to determine what shall be the purpose of the action, what shall be the purpose of the being. How shall love be sought? How shall love be expressed? How shall love be shared? There is no experience upon your planet that does not offer the possibility of the expression of love. May we answer you further, my brother? M. No, thank you. Hatonn. Again, may we thank you. Is there another question at this time? L. Within the limitations of your service, could you give me information on the following problem? I seem to have recollections of previous lives on this planet, yet during a recent regression, recollected an immediately prior existence on a different planet. Can you give me any information that might help me balance this? Hatonn. I am Hatonn. My brother, in this area, we may speak in general, and say that it is not unusual for an entity who seeks a certain type of information to experience in what you call regressive hypnosis, an experience of a lifetime in which this type of information was contained. The lifetime may or may not have been the immediately previous. Side 1 of the tape recording this session ends here. We pick up on side 2 with Jim channeling Hatonn. I am Hatonn, and am with this instrument once again. As we were saying, the nature and the strength of the seeking of a certain type of material within the mind are the determining factors for what shall be recalled upon the experience of that known to you as regressive hypnosis. You have had an experience of this nature and you have received a certain type of information. You may ascertain by the efforts of your own seeking in this area whether you have recalled that which was previous to this life or which was more removed. May we answer you further, my brother? L. Yes, in either of the situations described. Is it possible I received input from another individual's experiences? Hatonn. I am Hatonn. My brother, we are somewhat fettered by the reality that all things are possible. We can only say in this instance that the possibility is somewhat slight. May we answer you further? L. No, and I thank you for your service. Hatonn. I am Hatonn. We are most grateful as well for your own. Is there another question at this time? Carla. I'd like to ask a question which you may not be able to answer. In doing the raw contact work, we've run up against an anomaly, and, to the best of our intuition, it seems that we need to add an aspect of a sacramental ritual of some sort to the preparation for contact and for protection. Can you in any way confirm this? Hatonn. I am Hatonn. My sister, we can speak in no way upon this matter. Can we be of service in any other way? Carla. It's nice having you around. Hatonn. I am Hatonn. Our pleasure is immense at the invitation to join this group in any manner, and we thank you as well. May we answer another question at this time. I am Hatonn. We shall at this time transfer this contact to another instrument for a closing thought. I am Hatonn. L. Channeling. I am Hatonn. I am with this instrument. It is our pleasure and our privilege to be of service to those who strive for greater awareness. We are humbly grateful for this opportunity, for unlike many of our brothers of the Federation who serve, we have been blessed with the opportunity to serve those aware of our presence and able to share with us their love of one another and of the universe which contains them. And being a portion of the latter, we are the grateful recipients of that immense gift. My brothers, my sisters, we of Hatonn thank you and ask only that if there be a situation in your daily lives in which we may be of service, however small, however brief, however insignificant, that you would call upon us, that we may, with gratitude, in some way return the wonderful gift that you have given us. In the love and the light of the Creator, I am Hatonn. C. Channeling. I am Nona, and I am with this instrument. We come tonight in answer to a strong calling for our specialty of healing. C channels a song from Nona, and our transcript ends here.
Go forth then, rejoicing in the power and the peace of the one infinite Creator.